Hi guys, thank you so much for stopping by. In my last haul video, which if you haven't seen, I'll link it right here and also in the description box below. I asked you guys if you wanted to see some Indian drugstore nail polishes which also stamp very well, and a lot of you wanted to see, and I think I have a good 10 or 12 here, and as far as I have collected till now, and I also have swatches for all of these, and let me show you. And there's also a little disclaimer: some of these polishes may not be easily available to you. I'm so sorry. Some of these may be really easily available, so yay for it, and some of them don't have names or numbers. I'm so sorry for that. I hate that there are no names or numbers for some of these, but that's just the way it is, and we're gonna roll with it. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. So when you're starting stamping, you always look for a good black and a good white which stamps very well. So I have two for you, and these are the ones right here. So for white, I have Camera France in number 20. This polish, this brand may not be available to you easily, but there are so many polishes at the drugstore where you can easily find polishes, and you need to find polishes which are thick and creamy, not runny and milky, if you know what I mean. If you don't know, just watch Simply Nail Logical's video and you'll understand. This is the one that really works for me. And if you live in India, then when you go to a beauty supply store, they always have a basket outside where they put a lot of nail polishes which are discounted, and if you search there, you can get good white nail polishes. It may be a little tricky to find, but I found mine like that, so if I can find it, then you can definitely find it. The other one that I have is Clean Color Nail Lacquer in black. I know Clean Color is not particularly Indian drugstore, but there are a lot of blacks in the market that you can stamp with, but basically blacks are the ones which are easiest to stamp with and easiest to find also, because most of the blacks are one coaters, and if they're one coaters, they generally tend to stamp well as well. So Clean Color Nail Lacquer is the one that I used. I also heard that Maybelline India's Blackout has the great stamping formula thingy. So if you have that, you can definitely try that. I personally haven't tried it, so I can't vouch for it, but there are a lot of people who tell that it stamps, so you can definitely try that. You can also try L18, or VOV has a really good polish. Dazzler, they all have really thick like stringy type of polishes. So if they are like that, then you can definitely use them for stamping. Just scout around your drugstore, then you will definitely get a black and a white that will stamp very well. Moving on to metallics. Metallics are the easiest to stamp with because most of them show up really well on black, and that's why a lot of people in the nail art community like metallic polishes. Otherwise, people really don't like metallic nail polishes, i.e. me. So the first one that I have is number 125, Charged Up You, which is a rose gold. I love this color on its own, but this stamps well, not very well as the other ones that I'm going to show you. If you can see from my swatch, it stamps, but it doesn't stamp so well, which means that it doesn't show up that well, and you cannot identify it as a rose gold color. So this would be something that you can let go of, but I just thought I would put it in here. Also from Color Bar, this one is 60 Exclusive, which is a metallic-y greeny color, if you can see. I personally don't like metallics, but I tend to keep them because they're great for stamping, like I said. This one shows up as a greeny gold on black also, so I really like this color for stamping. If you have this, you might give it a go for stamping. It might work. It definitely works for me. Whenever you talk about metallics, you cannot go without a gold and a silver. So I have two for you here. I mean, one in gold and one in silver. So for gold, I have Maybelline New York in bold gold number 008. This is Maybelline India, but I've also seen bold gold in many other countries Maybelline. So if you have Maybelline in your country and you can get bold gold, definitely try this. This works superbly. And this one is New You Mirror Metallic in 107 Bronzy Brown. Nothing like the name suggests, but this is a silver. This stamps beautifully on black. It shows up as a silver. I love this. I'm definitely going to try out some more mirror metallics range to see which of them stamp, so that I can tell you guys. Maybe this can be like a part 1 and I can do part 2, you know, maybe if you guys are interested. So these are the two polishes that I'll always repurchase if I run out of it, because they stamp beautifully. They're dream polish to stamp with. Next, I have a couple of polishes from name brands that actually do stamp well. So the first one is from Lakme. I don't feature Lakme much because personally for me, Lakme doesn't have anything new or innovative. So I really don't tend to reach for Lakme much, but this one is 102 Rich Crimson Red. No idea which collection this came from or anything. This is probably 6 to 8 years old, but I still have this in my collection because it stamps so well, and this is like the ideal bride, Indian bride color. So this is probably taken during some wedding, I think. I am not really sure, but it stamps so well. If you can't get your hands on that Lakme one, then I definitely recommend you to purchase this L18 in number 21. L18 is so easily available, and they've also reduced their prices to 50 rupees per bottle. 50 rupees is less than $1 USD wise. So this one stamps very well. I also use this in one of my Valentine's Day nail tutorials. I'll link it down below. So this stamps beautifully. This would be a really good alternative for the Lakme one. If you don't have that, I think it's from some older collection, I'm not really sure, but if you don't have that or you can't access that, then definitely L18 is the way to go. For red, I have another one by L18. Surprise, surprise. L18 polishes are affordable, but they're really good. They're not extraordinary because the polishes that they have are very bleh as in the colors wise, but the formula is absolutely beautiful. I love the formula of L18 products in general. This one is number 69. It's a hot, bright, little touch of coral in red polish. This stamps beautifully, but you have to play around with it just a little bit, but it does stamp. And this one as base with a Maybelline bold gold stamping over top is like the ideal Indian bride nail art. This one, I've tried it on my mom's nails, believe me, and it looks so beautiful. I use this as my base, and I use some Bon Petit stone and stamped with this. It looked so good.
This bold gold even showed on stuff.
This bold gold even showed up on top of the red, which looked like the bridals, the red and the gold dress that they wear. It looked really like that, and it is so beautiful. I loved it. So if you can, I am 100% sure that you can get L18 and bold gold everywhere in India. So if you get it, buy both of them because they have multi-purpose. They can be used on their own and they can also be used for stamping. So double A. Lastly, I have 3 polishes which are not exactly name brands. They vary on your local beauty store whether they have them or not, but I thought I would just put it in because if you find any of these polishes or the brand at your drugstore, don't think twice before picking it up because some of them are really good. So the first one that I have is another one for red because I love red, and this one is Vodka and Caviar number 66 from VOV. In my swatch, it doesn't show really well because this was all thick and kind of dried up when I decided to swatch it, but before it I have used a lot of times for stamping and it stamped beautifully, so I've put thinner into it. Hopefully it works this time, but this is a beautiful polish to stamp with. If you go to any place which has VOV nail polishes, most of the places that I have been to personally have this Vodka and Caviar color, which is like a beautiful red. So if you can find it, definitely pick it up. And then I have Camera France in number 125, which is a hot pinky corally red is how I would describe it. That's how I described it in my haul video also. So this is a neon color. It's almost a 1-coater. I can see where it might be a 2-coater. For someone like me, it does definitely is a 2-coater because I'm very finicky with my polishes, but this stamps so good over light colors, doesn't show up over black, not at all, but it is beautiful over white, and I think that's going to be my next manicure. I hope so. This is so good. I love it, and I love it as a polish. I love it as a stamping polish also. It's beautiful. I'm only disappointed that it doesn't show up over black, but oh well. The last polish that I have is by V on Monday to Saturday, long lasting 60-second dry. That's what is written on the bottle. It looks very much like the Lakme one, Yeah, this is like a deep dark blue which has like a very subtle shimmer, very hard to pick it up. So sorry, this does not have a name or a number, but every other polish that I did show you had a name or a number, so that might be a good reference to you, but this one does not. But this polish is my dream polish. Its consistency is so perfect even if you want to wear it on its own, but this is beautiful as a stamping polish because this stains my nails. I used it once and I thought, oh, I don't like the color, okay, let's try stamping with it, and it worked for stamping also. I wore this as a stamp over a pastel yellow, and it was like, it was so good. If you can see from my swatch, you can see how pigmented this is. I think majority of the polishes from this particular type of packaging have really good formula, because I've seen some of them and they're not thick exactly, but they work for stamping. I don't know how that works, but just give it a go with these V polishes which are of this packaging type, so you never know what you might find. So you guys, those were the polishes from the Indian drugstore that stamp pretty well. Dig through your drugstore nail polishes or even your nail polish stash. You never know what polish you may find that stamps really well, and that's how I found a lot of them. Whenever I wanted to, try stamping, I took out a lot of polishes which I thought were really good in formula, like almost A1 coaters, and I tried stamping with them. So it was like two birds with one stone, which means that I also got to practice stamping, and I also got to test out the polishes which in my stash do stamp really well, and that made me collaborate this collection for you. And this is, I thought of calling this like a part 1. If I find some more polishes from the drugstore which actually do stamp well, that may be my another video, or maybe this could be a series if I find polishes. So if you have any suggestions for Indian drugstore nail polishes that stamp really well, or even drugstore nail polishes for that matter, please let us know down in the comments below. It would be helpful to everyone. And if you do like this video, then please give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.